Hello there, Internet. Mogwai here, and I got another video for you beautiful mofos. Today, I have returned to my old intro. I mean, I kind of decided to do that in the middle of the actual intro, so I'm surprised my brain went that quick. I should have stuttered there, for sure. But hello, everybody. How you doing? Hope you have a fantastic, whatever the fuck today is. Monday. Jesus. Hope you have a fantastic Monday. I'm going to showcase off a Goblin Deathtouch Jund list. I know a lot of you have been suggesting or asking for me to play some Jund on my channel, and I have not featured this tricolor combination enough, so I opted to do so in today's video, and I'm quite excited to showcase off this deck. This is a pretty established archetype, which is built around the idea of running a mid-range, primarily red-focused list, with a bit of Golgari and Rakdos splash onto it. And the reasoning behind this is because there's a very, very juicy and powerful combo in the deck, which revolves around two cards, and that is Goblin Chain Whirler and the Golgari double spell Status Statue. Specifically status. So the idea is you play Goblin Chain Whirler, and when his ability activates and enters the stack, you play status at instant speed. You give the Goblin Chain Whirler, you target it, you give it +1/+1 and Deathtouch. So then Goblin Chain Whirler's ability procs, and as you can see, it deals 1 damage to each opponent and each creature and planeswalker they control. But because we gave him Deathtouch, that 1 damage is sufficient to kill everything our opponent has. And by what I mean by everything, I mean creatures and planeswalkers. So a 4-mana combo that honestly makes Pestilent Spirit look like a little bitch, to be completely fair with you. And that kind of sucks because I like Pestilent Spirit's design a lot, right? But this combo right here is a much more efficient and cheaper version of that, and which also manages to hit planeswalkers too. And that is good enough of a combo to actually build an archetype around it, as this has been quite an established deck for a bit now. Several people have been playing this in MTG online, and I build my own variant of said strategy, right? As the sideboard and the main board can differ in different ways, and I like the lineup that I have, specifically because taking into consideration, the MTG Arena best of 3 metagame, or at least what I am facing as of right now. So as you can see, we have a very heavy red focused mid-range lineup here. We have double Direfleet Daredevil, 4 copies of Rix Mahdi Reveler. I probably butchered the hell out of that, but whatever. 4 copies of Goblin Chain Whirler, 2 copies of Legion Warboss, 4 Rekindling Phoenix, and 4 Siege Gang Commander. As you can see, we have a very strong Goblin presence on this deck list as well, because I want there to be synergy with the Siege Gang Commander, who also can potentially, in specific scenarios, combine with Status himself, as he does deal 2 damage to any target. So I can give him Deathtouch, and then I can proc his ability and kill whatever I want, no matter how big it is, right? So it's less of a likely scenario for that to happen, but it's still a possibility, which is why I like him as a 5-drops. Other decks run Skargan Hellkite, but I feel like Siege Gang Commander is overall much more solid in this particular build because of the fact that we have multiple goblins on the deck and there's inherent synergy there, right? We have on top of that good removal in the forms of Shivan, Fire and Lava Coil. On top of Fine Finality, because it's the best Golgari card in the game, and we have a lot of creatures, so Fine is always just amazing, and since we are running a Jund package, then there's no reason not to play this. And Finality is an incredible AoE effect, if not one of the best in the game as well. So very strong card that we run in a mid-range deck because it's very good. As simple as that. And then we have a one-off of Eldest Reborn and Angrath the Flame Chained. I like this Planeswalker as a one-off. Some variants run 2 of him. I prefer to main deck 1 Eldritch Reborn on top of that for the control matchup. And that is the deck list right there. On top of that, you can see our land distribution includes 2 Rakdos Guildgates, because we want to make sure that we have, even though most of our deck is red, we want to make sure that we have those black and green, but specifically black sources of mana available to us, as our sideboard is quite black heavy, as we have 4 Dresses, 4 Moment of Cravings, 2 Cindervines, 2 Treasure Maps, 2 more Legion War Bosses, and an extra copy of the Eldest Reborn. This sideboard is specifically geared towards control decks. As you can see, the only anti-aggro card that we have, which is a personal selection of mine, is Moment of Craving, because I think we have enough removal to... I think this deck gets the upper hand against other mid-range decks on paper because of our board wipe combo. That is also available to us on mana 4, and I think that does give us the upper hand against most mid-range decks. Though that's in theory, right? There's a lot of factors that go into those matchups, but technically that really does make our case really strong for that. On top of that, we do have a lot of good removal that should technically enable us to slow down aggressive lists, but mono red can deal a lot of damage. Mono red has a lot of burn spells, so I figured having life gain is very important, so I added in 4 Moments of Cravings just to tech in for that mono red matchup if we were to run into it. And the rest of the sideboard, as I said, is geared towards control with 4 copies of Duress, 2 copies of Treasure Map, which enable us to not run out of steam, very good against control matchups where they're not pressuring us nearly as much, 2 extra copies of Legion Warboss, because this 3-drop wins you the game on his own against most control builds. Like, the amount of pressure that this creature puts on a control deck that does not have proper AoE removal, which there's more than you would expect, especially stuff like Nexus decks and such, this card is really strong. So I like having 2 extra copies of him in the sideboard to swap out for Goblin Chain Whirler in those specific cases. And we have 1 more copy of Eldritch Reborn because, again, very good against control. And a card that I really like to talk about here is Cindervines. If you are facing Nexus of Fate decks, this bad boy just single-handedly counters it, because they can go like infinite looping their Nexus of Fate, because every time they play a spell that's a non-creature, they take 1 damage, right? So this 2-mana enchantment single-handedly counters that matchup, which is just absolutely beautiful, and that is what we're running it here as well. While the deck is built around the status and Goblin Chain Whirler combo, that's not really all what this deck is about by any means. This deck is just overall a very solid mid-range list that has all the tools to take out all different archetypes and is overall really solid. Like, it felt really strong when I piloted it. And I got a couple of best of 3 series to showcase off as I continue to climb through the platinum rank. And that's all I gotta say. Hope you guys enjoyed the gameplay. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Have a slow day. I'll see you tomorrow with more. Let's go. Really want to get that Goblin Chain Whirler status combo. Statue. No, status. There it is. Status statue. Smitty is our first opponent. He's in the diamond rank, so it doesn't really make a difference because if I win this series, I still just get 2 of those orange blocks. So it is what it is. I have a interesting opening hand here. 2 lands with a 2-drop at my disposal, but I kind of rely on drawing into more lands after this. But I am going to keep this hand because it could be significantly worse, and this is kind of like the limit of the hand that you keep, right? Like, you either, like, especially going first, I think it's too risky to mulligan. Like, you need a very good reason to mulligan if you're going first. I wish my hand was a little bit more, okay, that's definitely reassuring. Gonna drop my Rootbound Crack there, gonna play the Rix Madi Reveler. I probably butchered that name all the way to hell and back, and we are going to discard a card and then draw a card. So we're going to send the Siege Gang Commander to our graveyard because we do have a fine finality. And we're going to draw into another land. So we're no longer worried about not being able to curve out. It seems things are just going to be fine and dandy. As Thought Erasure is going to go down, probably fine finality. Since I have... Or a Lava Coil, okay. Lava Coil, interesting. That means he must have some creatures. Is this Grixis? This could be Grixis. Okay, so we do draw into a Goblin Chain Whirler, and we are just gonna curve out here. Because we gotta be aggressive as we are facing what seems to be a control deck. We are very geared towards this sort of archetype with our sideboard. Like, we have a lot of answers. Okay, so Thief of Sanity. Alright. Well, that makes sense. That changes things, though. So he could be... Seems like some sort of like Demir mid-range, then. We're just going to have to attack face. We can't really stop the Thief of Sanity. He has discarded our Lava Coil. So we just gotta be aggressive. There's not much more we can do about that. Next turn, we will be able to drop the Siege Gang Commander. And I assume he's going to Duress or find a way. So he's main decking both Thought Erasure and Duress. Really expecting to run into control matchups, it seems. Alright. We're not going to reveal the fact that we just drew into a land. We're going to drop that land right there because he knows we have it. And we are going to attack face. And now we're going to play the Siege Gang Commander. So he had a cast down. At least he got rid of, like, we were just going to top deck a bunch of lands there. Yeah, this Thief of Sanity is kind of going home here. Sideboarding for this deck is going to be very, very interesting. I require more information. Okay, Lava Coil. I mean, we're close to killing him. But unfortunately, we are top decking at this point. We are going to play some mind games on him. We're going to keep this Dragon Skull Summit in our hand, as he has not seen it, so that may encourage him to try to discard on us. And he's just going to continue attacking with a Thief of Sanity. I don't know, like, unless he has, like, a Ritual of Suit or some sort of board wipe, like, we should have lethal on him. Our board is too wide, too spread out. Like I said, I'm not sure what he's trying to accomplish with so many, like... I can't get behind somebody who main decks at the rest, basically. Like... Yeah. I mean, he got his entire game plan going, but he main deck Duress. All right, we are going to tech in significantly for this. Legion Warboss seems to be very, very powerful. Eldest Reborn is also really good here, it seems. I do want to add in 4 Duresses though. It seems Shivan Fire is already, like, more useful than Lava Coil in this matchup. Direfleet Daredevil is also really good. Status Statue doesn't really... I don't feel like I need this combo in this matchup. I'm gonna reduce it down to 2. Because I think this combo, particularly here, is not that amazing. Legion Warboss... Because I'd rather have, like, more Legion Warbosses than Goblin Chain Whirlers, to be completely honest with you, in this particular game. I also, like I said, the Thief of Sanity can be a bit of an issue, but I don't really think it's that big of an issue. I still think we take out 2 Lava Coils. Now, do I add in... There's a lot of things that I need to consider, like a treasure map. And honestly, like a Cinder Vines at least. I'm gonna go with this. It's a tricky sideboard because he does have Thief of Sanities, but I think Cinder Vines can apply a lot of pressure. And I will definitely be keeping this hand. I definitely want to try out Cinder Vines against my opponent. Cry of the Carnarium, Thought Erasure, negate. Well, obviously we want to take out Thought Erasure. Let's see if he opts to negate this. He does. Well, just on time. Gonna drop the Blood Crypt there. We're gonna play a treasure map here, and we are going to, you know, search for more lands. He's gonna duress us. Maybe take out the Angrath or the Cindervines. And the Angrath. Alright. Alright, we are going to apply the treasure map here. Keep that there. I think I'm just going to go for the rest so that I can activate this. Yeah, I'm going to play you. Take out the Cry of the Carnarium, and I'll call that a turn. Because I don't want his Cry of the Carnarium to counter my Siege Commander here. Well, that sucks. That really sucks. I'll keep that. We're gonna hit him for the Dire Fleet Daredevil and call it a turn. We managed to stabilize at this point, and then he top decks another Hydroid Crescent, of course. And there is our good old Phoenix. We're gonna sacrifice a treasure, draw a card. Now, obviously, he has a Rasa's Contempt to deal with our Rekindling Phoenix. But, I mean, this was not how I thought it was gonna play out. You know, I didn't expect him to top deck a Thought Erasure to take away my Goblin there. I'm gonna apply this again to draw another card. Okay, that's actually really interesting. I'm gonna keep this in my hand so that I can refill next turn. Okay. That's annoying. Like, whenever I opt to do something like that, this shit happens. Alright. Let's draw once more. Double trouble. I like it. Wait, what? Okay, yeah. And the big boy Phoenix for the win. For the win. Nice. Not even bad. Didn't showcase off the combo right there, but showcased off the power of the mid-range prowess of this deck, I guess. And Cindervine baited a discard. At least it did that. Yeah, don't main deck Duress and Thought Ranger, kids. Alrighty. This time we are facing somebody from our own rank. Feels good, man. This hand does not feel good, though. Well, we'll keep it like this. Jesus Christ. We're going to lead off with the Rakdos Guildgate because it always enters the board tapped. And then we're going to follow it up with a Mountain and then a Rootbound Crack. And hopefully we're going to be able to curve out into Legion War Boss. And, you know, not cry every goddamn time as we are facing Bant, it seems. And we're facing Nexus. So we're facing Nexus. We're going to attempt to curve out into Legion War Boss here. And, like, with a lot of Nexus decks, you don't generally expect counter spells. Alright. I'm actually not going to play the Mighty Reveler because I want to refuel, potentially. So it seems we're not facing like Bant Nexus, we're just facing like, yeah, I mean this is still a Nexus control deck. So we definitely need the Cindervines for this. Oh, I forgot. Oh my god, I'm an idiot. I'm an idiot. I forgot the spectacle. Oh man. Ah, I derped. I derped so hard. God damn it, dude. I forgot to attack. I had a big derp. He has Frilled Mystic. I'm just gonna make use of this and gain more information about his deck. I'm going to try to play the Rekindling Phoenix. It'll probably get countered. So he has a bunch of counter spells. It's basically like a banned control deck with Hydroid Crassus. Again, I just want to get more information. I just want to get more information on his deck. So I'm going to continue to play out. So he has Blink of an Eye. We're definitely slapping in Cindervines. We're definitely slapping in Duresses. Like, we have a shitload of anti-control tech here. Okay, I think I've seen enough. I've definitely seen enough. I derped there, but I don't think it ultimately mattered by any means. Obviously, Eldritch Reborn will put in a lot of work. We want Cindervines, we want treasure maps, we want Legion War Bosses, and we want Duresses. We don't necessarily want status statues, though they do enable us to destroy the Wilderness Reclamation, so we do want to keep them. We don't generally want Lava Coils, nor Shivan Fires. Direfleet Daredevil can be really solid. Goblin Chain Whirler is less of a requirement here. It can apply pressure, but that's pretty much it. Fine Finality can also go down a notch. I do like I said, the status statue because I can destroy Wilderness Reclamation with it. What else? I like Angrath as well because, you know, it's overall solid against that strategy. I can lower down Rekindling Phoenix to 3 because he does have a lot of answers for it. Yeah, I'm gonna do it like this. We're gonna play first. God damn it, dude. Okay, that's slightly better. We're going to lead off with the Dragon Scroll Summit, and we're going to pray that we can draw into some lands and don't get mana screwed. It would really suck to lose this series because I just got mana screwed. A billion counters and a search for Scanta will naturally be taking away the search for Scanta. He has another Syncopate in hand. Which means that we can play the Legion War Boss. Until we draw into another one, and now he can't Syncopate it. Now we have an engine going on. Our opponent got mana screwed too, it seems. We're not going to attack with Legion War Boss because we don't want him to seal away. I could spectacle this and discard this shitty hand. But then we would just get countered. So we're just gonna play regular U. Because he can't Syncopate us. He can't absorb. Which means we are gonna make use of this turn and we're gonna find to return it to our hand. There is the counter. We're going to attempt to play the Rekindling Phoenix. He has another Syncopate in hand.
Let's slow this down.
We're going to play around another Syncopate here. We're going to play the Eldest Reborn. We're not attacking with the Legion War Boss, by the way, because he has a seal away. Hopefully I made that clear. Because as long as we don't attack with them, we just keep generating an army of dudes. Like, Legion War Boss is incredibly powerful against control decks because of that. Alright. We have 6, 7. So even if we attack with this, we don't have lethal. And we got it. Alright, 1-1 against Nexus. Is there anything that I was missing here? Honestly, this seems like a good package. So let's go for game 3. Our opponent is running like a billion counter spells, which will be much more impactful now that he's going first. But we do have all the text for this matchup. We just need to not get completely mana screwed. I'm gonna keep this hand. Our opponent mulliganed twice. So we're gonna try to capitalize on that. We're gonna play the Mountain here, and we are gonna drop the Rix Mighty Reveler next turn. We are going to discard a Siege Gang Commander. That does gives us an Eldritch Reborn target, and also like we already needed one. Like we only need one at this point. Like the rest of our hand is actually pretty damn useful. And I believe we're going to play another one. What will we discard though? Our Dire Fleet Daredevil? Yeah, I mean, why not? If he plays a Wilderness Reclamation, we will destroy it. Okay. I want to play this. I need to swarm him as much as I can. And I'm actually going to get rid of the status statue. I'm going to play a Goblin Chain Whirler to bait out his removal, or his counter spell. There's a search for Scanta. That move, we have two options here. We either go for the Siege Gang Commander, and we want to keep Eldritch Reborn for when Teferi hits the board, right? Yeah, let's go face with everything. Let's play a Siege Commander. Let's apply pressure here. Still a bit away. There's the fairy.
Hold that thought.
We are going to attempt to Eldest Reborn here. Because we can't know for certain if he has to settle the wreckage. So we have to, in a way, play around that. Alright. Technically not settle the wreckage. He did have double seal away. But the thing is, the reason why I chose those two is because this represents lethal. If I attack him with everything, I can then sacrifice 3 goblins and hit him for lethal right there. I'm not sure my opponent is aware of this. I have lethal on board. I have motherfucking lethal on board, bitch! Alright, whatever. Not anymore. Because I can't. I wanted to connect. I deal 5, and then I can sacrifice 3 goblins and deal 6 to face. So I deal 11 damage. But unfortunately, another seal away happens. But that is a-okay. Because now we drop the treasure map here. This is actually perfect. And Rix, we go for the spectacle. And we draw 3 cards, baby. Yeah. Alright. In other words, you fucked. You fucked, boy. You so fucked. We do want to play Cindervines? Because Cindervines will definitely... Like, Cindervine counters Nexus. Okay. Why not keep the rest? Yeah. It's over, boy. We destroy the seal away with the goblin, and then we sacrifice our own goblins, and we got lethal on him. Oh, there we go. Rank up. That was not racist. Like I just have South Park humor. Sorry. Anyways, yeah, that was nice. Oh boy. Okay, so that was a pretty nice laddering session right there. I think those are 2 very solid best of 3 series to showcase off. I did not really showcase off the actual combo, unfortunately, with the status and the Goblin Chain Whirl. I didn't really find the matchup for it, but I showcased off how this is just overall a very solid mid-range deck that can also sideboard really efficiently against control matchups, right? And I like how Cindervines just says no to Nexus of Fate. Like, if you... Obviously, that wasn't what won us the game there, but at that point, we play Cindervines, and we basically win the game. Because, unless our opponent draws into one of his Knight of Autumns, because that wasn't the most standard variant of Nexus of Fate that you would see. this makes it so that they start looping, and every time they play a spell, they receive 1 damage. So it actually like automatically counters that strategy, which is really cool for a card to do, right? And yeah, very solid overall mid-range list and very fun Jund package to play. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Leave a like if you did. Stay tuned for more MTG videos as I do upload them daily. Fucking love ya, and I'll see you tomorrow with more.